What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the word children? It might be relentless, mischievous, immature, impatient, or I wish they went to bed right now so I could sleep a little more. As President Henry Biden stated in the General Conference of April 2006 in his speech entitled As a Child, he said, our nature must be changed to become as a child, to gain the strength we must have in order to be safe in times of moral peril. Close quote. Therefore, as we become like children, we can feel and actually know that we are getting closer to God's kingdom. President Spencer W. Kimball had an extraordinary experience with a sister, Naomi W. Randall, who spent much of her life serving in the primary leadership in the church. In 1957, Sister Naomi W. Randall had been asked to write a song by the General Board of the Primary of the Church because they were planning to have a worldwide meeting addressed for primary leaders across the globe. Sister Naomi W. Randall, as part of that meeting, and after thorough meditation, she thought to write a beautiful hymn in order to be performed during the event. On one occasion, in the middle of the night, she woke up. She wrote a pen She wrote a pen on a piece of paper and started writing what she considered to have been revelation. She took a pen and then started to write the song, I Am a Child of God. Then she presented it to the committee, and part of that committee was President Spencer W. Kimball. He convinced the other members of the staff that it was an extraordinary hymn, and then it became a must-know in the church. The original lyrics of the hymn say, uh, "Teach me all that I must know." Some months later, Spencer W. Kimball, then the newest council or the newest apostle of the Council of the 12 Apostles, had been assigned to attend a state conference. During that conference, and as the congregation was actually singing the hymn, Spencer W. Kimball felt a strong impression that a word had to be changed. The original hymn says, Teach me all that I must know. Elder Kimball felt the strong impression that the word know had to be changed into the word do. He then explained the reason why this change had to be done. He said, to know is not enough. We must children to do. We must teach children to do things and to do covenants and to keep the commandments. So action really takes place in conversion. The best way we can help children is setting the example. In there is one of my favorite scriptures in Mosiah 3:19 that says, "For the natural man is an enemy of God, unless he becometh as a child, submissive, meek, humble, patient." We need to become as a child, and we need to change our nature, as President Nair has already stated, and as I have previously mentioned that part. Let me exemplify this with two little stories. Experience number one: my son Benjamin. Here's Benjamin. It happened 2 years ago. As usual, I had arrived home very late and a little and very tired, need to admit. My son Benjamin wanted to play with me. I told him that I didn't have the time and I was too tired to play with him. So I went to my bedroom. After some moments, I felt two little tiny hands grab mine and the little still and tiny voice saying, Father, we haven't read the Book of Mormon, have we? Would you read the Book of Mormon to me? Those words penetrated my heart so deeply. I got up immediately. I grabbed my child's shoulders. I looked into his eyes very firmly and I said, Benjamin, I promise you I will never, ever deny you my time again. 2 years later, God tested the promise. Now Benjamin was with his little brother Sam. They were both playing, and as usual, I had arrived very exhausted. and they both asked me to play with them. I could have told them that I didn't have the time. I didn't have enough time to do so. And there was another factor. In addition to my lack of energy, I would say, I was about to take my mathematics exam in BYU Idaho online. So I needed to have a silent and a quiet place and a silent place and with a lot of concentration. So imagine two children playing around while I am taking a mathematics exam. But then I told them, or I could have told them that I didn't have enough time to do so. But I remembered the promise I had made my son. You will give them your time. Remember, Thanos. So I took my son on my leg. I started playing soccer with the other son with the other leg. And I started taking my mathematics exam with one hand. So I was like an octopus. Nevertheless, I didn't have the best score in my mathematics exam, but I got a good score as a father. I could feel that. The next day, my wife received me. She gave me a little letter, and there was evidence that that letter was wrinkled, evidence that two children were doing something with the piece of paper. In that letter, I read the words, Daddy, thanks for playing with us. You are our friend. I could really feel that because I gave my children the best of me, which was my time, I really became their friend. Give your children your best. Give them your time. Don't lose a minute with them. They are your best gift from God. Thank you.